From Ashes to New is the band, and yeah, got the deluxe coming out on a few days, it seems.
Beautiful, Matt. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries, bro. So, From Ashes to New are releasing Blackout Deluxe on June the 7th, which is the original 12 songs from last year's album plus 6 bonus tracks, mate. So, you still get the same excitement releasing a deluxe album like this as what you did when the album first came out?
Um, I think we've done some deluxes in the past, and I'm not sure that I've had the same excitement levels, but I would say for this one, yes, because there is a track that is not released yet, and it's something that our fans are probably not expecting.
Yeah, very cool. And Blackout has been out since July the 28th last year, mate. So, did fans respond to the album the way you expected they would?
I think it was above what I was expecting. Like
Yeah.
it's been phenomenal. Our ticket sales are at an all time high. Merch, VIP, album, everything. I mean, we're cruising, man. Things are going good.
And so, in this modern age of music, bro, like things are a lot different to how they used to be, obviously. So, how do you measure the success of an album in this modern age? Is it Spotify streams? Is it number? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, I think it's overall streaming.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of that doesn't matter. I don't think because I think that you'll see like an artist or a band that streams really high, but then they don't have anyone at their shows. And
Hmm.
sometimes you can see the exact opposite where you're like, oh man, that band doesn't really stream. And you almost think that no one would go see them. And the next thing you know, their shows are sold out everywhere.
Hmm.
So I think to know that if your stuff is working or what you're doing is working is, are people it's kind of like all encompassing. Like, are people wearing your merch? Are they listening to your music? Are they going to your shows? Are they, are your social media numbers growing? Like I think that it's kind of all of it together.
Oh. Now, because there's only the 6 bonus tracks on the deluxe album, mate, I want to run through them one by one, including the one that you said is going to surprise fans a bit. So we'll run through them one by one and tell us a bit more about the songs and why you chose them for the deluxe. So you've got Barely Breathing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was originally a track. There's some remixes on here, and that's one of the remixes. So that was originally a track on the initial Blackout release, and we did a feature with Kris Against the Current. And we had always imagined that song to have a female guest vocal, and the original track didn't have it. So we were just happy that we were able to get her on there and kind of bring to life what we had initially had thought to do in the beginning.
Mhm. Then you got One Foot in the Grave with Aaron Pauley from Mice and Men.
Yeah, an unreleased track. We knew that we wanted Aaron on a track. Love of Mice and Men, been a big fan of them for years. Also, Aaron's old band, Jamie's Elsewhere, love those guys. So I've always been a big fan of what Aaron does, and we're just happy to get him on a track. Initially, it was supposed to be kind of like another remix idea, but I was like, hey man, we got this one in the can, and I think that we could really get him in here, and it could be something cool and something the fans hadn't heard yet. So, just wanted to do it, made it happen.
Sure. And Live Before I'm Dead.
That's the one, man.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's one that everyone's got to listen to and find out for themselves. It's way different.
Right.
My first real singing uh approach. So I'm curious to see what people are going to really think of that.
Okay. Can you tell us why you decided to do like a proper singing approach on this one?
Lance made me do it. Uh,
Fair
he,
call.
he really did. He forced me into it. I didn't want to do it. He kept saying, "You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it," and did it. And I'm really proud of it. I know that everyone around us is really proud of it. So I'm excited to see what fans think.
Oh. And did you say that's going to be released as a single, or is that just going to be part of the album?
I'm not quite sure what they're doing with it, to be dead honest with you. I don't know. I think that singles are determined by how. I think a lot of times they're determined with how well a song does, really. So we'll see what the fans think of it, and if it becomes a single, then sick. And if not, I'm still proud of it. Doesn't matter to me.
Sweet. All right. You got Monster in Me.
Again, another album track, but I have been a gigantic fan of Yellow Wolf for very many years, and I've been trying to get him to be a part of something that we've done. And again, we didn't have the opportunity of putting on the original album track, but when they come and say, "Hey, Yellow Wolf wants to be a part of a song. What song do you want to put him on?" You give him your best rap song that you've got, and let him do his thing. So I'm really happy to have Yellow Wolf as a part of this deluxe.
Right. The next one's the Sullivan King remix of Nightmare.
Caught me off guard. Didn't even know what was happening. Had no clue, man. I got an email. It was like, "Hey, what do you think of the Sullivan King remix?" And I listened to it. I was like, "Yeah, this is so sick." So yeah, we had no clue, but it was a pleasant surprise. The dude crushes everything he does. So it's a killer remix of the track, and it's the biggest track from the record. So it's a killer remix of the biggest track.
Nice. And then you got an acoustic version of Hate Me Too.
Yep, had to. It's that song, man. Had to give people the acoustic treatment, man. Give them a different vibe on that big radio hit. So yeah, I mean it's fun. We kept it moody and we kept it energetic and kind of just dialed back the instruments a little bit and did our rendition of what we thought that song should sound like acoustic.
Oh. So do you guys write a lot of your songs acoustically first and turn them electric, or are they all written like the way they're played pretty much?
Yeah, I think they're all written kind of the way they're played. I don't think we've ever really done anything acoustic except for maybe chord progression and hum some melodies or something like that. But everything's kind of like we figure out what kind of key where the key we want it to be or the BPM we want it to be in and the idea, and then we kind of scat some stuff down and kind of build it like Legos. So, but it never really ever starts from acoustic. Sometimes from acoustic, maybe a little bit, piano, maybe a little bit, but they all start different ways.
Yeah. Now you said like most of these songs that are coming up on the deluxe version were written before. Like, is that something you decide? Like, did you know? Firstly, did you know at the start you were going to be putting a deluxe album out, so that's why you put some of these tracks aside, or if not, how do you decide which ones are going to go on a deluxe version?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's always an assumption you're going to do a deluxe version. We've done it, like I said, a couple times now. But I mean, contractually, it's always like, oh, hey, you this many songs. This is how many songs that go on a record, and then this many songs are saved for B-sides. Typically, with our contract is 14 songs, and then 11 go on a record, and 3 songs are B-sides. We couldn't choose what 11 to put on the initial record release, so we put 12, and then that left us with 2 songs. But typically, what you do is you kind of pick some of your like worst songs and like kind of let them sit back as B-sides. But we strategically picked these ones because we thought that they were fresh, different vibes, something that might be able to rejuvenate. Kind of like when you're in the in-between process, right? And it's kind of where we're at. Like we released the album last summer. We're coming up on this summer. And then we don't really have an idea as to when the next record comes out. So you want to breathe life back into your art to people who may not have heard it. And we thought that these songs would be a really good opportunity to do that. So we strategically sat on these songs and waited to see what we would do with them.
Now, as a band, mate, like we were talking about the incredible success of Blackout. Like, as a band, when you come into the next like cycle to write an album, like how tempting is it to sort of rehash that formula with a a little twist because you know that worked last time?
Well, I mean, I think that that's what a lot of really successful bands do. I mean, I could probably name 10, 2 off the top of my head from the era before me, and then my era would be like AC/DC and Disturbed. But I mean, I think that like a lot of bands do that where they write the same style of song, and it's because what the fans want. And that's also what they're good at. So I think that when you venture too far outside of that zone, fans start to get confused. They bought into your product for a specific reason. So when you start to change it on them, they're like, "What's going on?" They get confused. And I'm not saying that's all fans because some fans do like the variety and the change, but like, I think that subconsciously we fall in love with something because that's what it is. And then when you change it, it's a little weird. So we went through that. Like the first album did really well for us. And not that the second and third albums didn't do well, but we did change our sound a little bit. And it did leave our fans a little bit confused. And that's why Blackout was more of a return to our original sound, is because we're like, okay, we're going to go back to what really kind of kicked this thing off and kind of chase that again. So I don't think that there's really any pressure to do it. I think that honestly, an evolution is great and you should always have an evolution to your sound, but you should never forget where you came from.
Yeah, very well said. Now, I'm not sure if I got the dates right here or not, but you guys have just finished the Blackout Tour Part 2 or recent or just about to?
I'm on it.
You're still
I'm in
on
the
it?
middle of it, baby.
Right,
Here we
yeah.
are.
So, but once that's gone, you would have done a whole heap of touring, like a heap of it lately. So, do you just plan on doing more after that, or are you just going to take a bit of a rest?
No, we're going back out this fall, man. We're going to be off for the summer. We got some festival dates this summer. We're going to hammer out, and then some writing and working on this record, the next record, which I have no idea when that's coming out, but we're working on it.
Cool.
And then and then we're gonna go back out in the end of August, and that's gonna run till who knows when at this point. But we've got one tour announced. We're working on putting some others together. I mean, we're workhorses, man. We tour. It's what we do. It's a love-hate relationship. But you love the first few weeks. You're like, yeah, back out here doing this thing, and then it's kind of the same as like when you're at home. You're like, woo, I'm finally home, and then you're there for a while, and you're like, I need to tour. Then you get out on the road and you tour, and you're like, I need to go home. So it keeps life interesting, for sure.
Right, and has Australia been mentioned in the plans as yet?
So it's not mentioned in any plans that we have set in stone. But I did have a call a few days ago with our team, and they said that they were talking about trying to work some things out to get to Australia. So it's on my bucket list. It has been. Everyone asks, what country do you want to tour in? That's the one. I mean, all of them, but that's the one top of my list. Never been there and can't wait to be there. And I know that we will be eventually, just not sure when.
Beautiful, mate. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Brad. The Blackout Deluxe is out June 7, which isn't far away now. And she's a cracker from what I've heard, mate. So best of luck with it, and I hope everyone enjoys your singing.
Awesome, man. Hope so too. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. We'll catch up, eh?
But with the shit you put me through, I'm kind of afraid to. You push all the blame on me like it's a way to escape from the reality that everyone hates you. No one can break through, and all you wanna do is a fake truth. Lying through your teeth like you were selling some fake news. Hoping everyone will play your games and embrace you, but all we wanna do is find a way to escape you. So run away, you'll never escape yourself. With one foot in the grave, you drag the whole world down inside your gravity. It's a long way down from here. It's a long way down from here. I'd rather watch you drown than live inside the flame. It's a long way down from here. It's a long way down from here. There you go again, always making the worst of it. You push away your friends and you're always the first to quit. The thoughts in your head ain't nothing but turbulent. Quit trying to pretend that your life hasn't turned to shit. How did you forget what being a person is? And how can I respect you when you're making it hurt like this? Karma's a bitch, it's what you deserve to get. If you make the fire, then I think you should burn in it. So run away, you'll never escape yourself. You drag the whole world down inside your gravity.